Jude, perhaps we can begin with tell us about how you entered into the mental health field. And was that the beginning of your journey into the creative arts and improvisation, or did the arts come first, or were they happening the same time?
Well, that is a wonderful question.
Yeah.
Um, I was a musician all my life. I started piano when I was 6 and was a church organist when I was 12, which wasn't great for my mental health, but I did it. For my musicianship, it was probably great, but it wasn't great for my mental health to have a high pressure job at that age. So it took me a while as an adult to find my way to a professional lane that I wanted to be in. And that turned out to be music therapy because music, I always wanted to study music, but all that pressure when I was young made me sort of afraid to study music as a performer. But when I found that there was such a field as music therapy, where we would use music to help people who were suffering, help people express themselves, lift them up, connect, all the ways that music helps us tell our story, that inspired me. So I was a musician in search of a lane, and mental health provided this wonderful confluence of worlds. That's not really great for your thinking about being a person when we become so self-conscious about every mistake we make. And so I was always afraid of improvisation because it really baffled me that it was far from perfect. And when I discovered that improv is a way to actually free up all that energy that gets bound up in perfectionism, which I think is a big struggle that a lot of people have when it comes to depression and anxiety and being enough and feeling like enough in this world. I got turned on to improvisation, not in music, it translated into music, but that's my background, that where these two worlds collided or came together for me at a young age. And then I continued to train as a musician and as a therapist and kept discovering ways that not just music, but anything creative is something that everybody has something they can tap into within themselves that is a creative outlet. That being said, people don't have to use the arts in order to tap into that part of themselves. But as a creative arts therapist, what I learned how to do is to help somebody using these techniques to tap into that part of themselves, because that is the part of us that is capable of change, the creative self.